All right. Hi. Oh my God. I hope we can get through this whole live because I miss y'all. I want to do this on live. I don't want to do it without you guys. Like, oh my God, y'all. I did the videos yesterday and it wasn't live, and I did not I don't hate it, but I I prefer to talk to y'all. I prefer to see y'all comments. But yes, shout out to everybody that was just in my live on Instagram. Y'all know sometimes I get on Instagram and we have like religious, worldly type conversations that I feel like I can't have over here because I cannot deal with y'all, acting like I'm a bad person because I, just see things differently than you do. But I still feel like I have a very high moral compass. Like I'm not perfect. I make mistakes like everybody else, girl. But I feel like at the end of the day, like I'm not one of them people that's just, trying to hurt people just for the sake of trying to hurt people. I don't like inconveniencing people. I don't like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm just all in all, like I really do be trying to be a good person out here. Like just in general. Like outside of YouTube, it's just always been the type of person I am. I fall short. I fall short, I do. But like I hope you can understand what I mean when I say that. So when we have these conversations about religion, I really be wanting people to hear me out because it's more so to me about opening up your mind. It's not that I want you to believe differently. I just want you to do more research and understand what you believe in a way that you can explain it to me and it makes sense to me. That's all. Because when I explain things to you, I feel like I'm coming at you in a way that I'm giving you like fact. And I'm trying to have a conversation with you about what is versus what you believe. And I feel like there needs to be a relation between the two. There needs to be relationship between what is fact in this world and how you apply your spirituality to the world you live in today, because it's not helpful if it doesn't help you in the life that we live in today. And so, in order for your spirituality or your religion to actively make you better in this life, you have to constantly be researching and trying to understand it or trying to commit it to your life. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, it needs to be something that changes because life changes, time changes, and people are still applying religions that were formed in like the 12th or 13th century or some shit like that. And you take it and it's been passed down and retold and reformed and like you don't even want to think about how something has shifted and changed over the years constantly, and you're taking it as fact in the way you relate in life right now, and it's not really helping you because you have the same issues as everybody else that may feel or believe differently than you. That means that it's not working in a practical manner. So we have these conversations on Instagram when I'm asking for people to think about their religion and their spirituality in a practical manner versus in a way that is used as a judgment or as a place to have cognitive dissonance, to ignore what's happening so you can have ignorant bliss. So that's the conversation we was having on Instagram. And it was good. I had a good time. But I delete those conversations because I just feel like you have to be there for them. Okay? So y'all should follow me on Instagram, girl. Now listen, we're gonna talk about everything, but y'all aren't gonna rush me. Okay? We're gonna do it, girl. But y'all aren't gonna rush me. All right? This is my art now. I'm sensitive about my shit. So relax about it. Okay? Now, y'all know this is Black Ass Brothel. That's what we here for. But understand the conversation that I started this live off with and the conversation that I was having on Instagram is going to tie into this shit. The conversation is of value because we're going to circle back around to it on Married to Medicine. So trust. Everything has everything has its value. Okay, everything has its value. Now I am recording this, girl. So if anything happens, if I'm gonna try to get back on live, but if not, I have my version that I'm recording, and y'all will get it how y'all get it, okay? But we gonna pray, y'all. Everybody, send your hands to the Lord, okay? Because I told y'all I believe in God, I just don't like religion, okay? So God, help, please, the internet maintain, okay? At least for this live. All right. Thank you. Reach out and touch somebody's hand. Make this world a better place if you can. Hallelujah. Okay? Because who grew up in black church too? Me. All right then. Okay? Come on now. Come on now. Amen, somebody. Ashe, ashe. All right. Juvie. Yo, he was climbing the wall. What's he climbing the wall for? God is all living things. Meek Mills, don't you come in here talking that shit I like to hear. Okay? Can you just lay down? Do I have to give you CBD treats or something? Do y'all want to see my baby, how big my baby got? Come here before we start. Ugh. Y'all look how big my baby is. Look how big. She is so big now. I'm so big now. Oh, mommy. I'm so big. And I do the most all the time. But I love my mom and my daddy so much. And I'm so spoiled. And I'm so fat. And I get all of the kisses. And Olivia hates me. Okay, look. Go lay down. Gonna find something to chew on, y'all. All right. So y'all ready? Let's do it. So, Married to Medicine. They had Taylor the Sex Goddess, okay? The Sex Goddess, okay? Taylor the Sex Goddess came through via Dr. Jackie to have a conversation with these couples on new ways of relating to each other. Every relationship doesn't have to be monogamous. Taylor tells them, her marriage of 25 years, the first 12 years of it was monogamous. The last 13 years of it have been ethical non-monogamy. And what that means is we do what we want to do, but we're honest with each other and we know our placement. Okay? Happy birthday! Happy birthday, Lisa! Happy birthday, boo. Okay? Happy birthday to you. Okay, from all of us. Because y'all know Lisa always be here. Always, she mods for me. She's the best. So thank you so much, love, for coming through on your birthday. And I hope I am able to make you feel good today on your birthday. All right? So yes, Taylor the Sex Goddess is talking to people about how her relationship is ethical non-monogamy. Okay? Placement, absolutely. Shout out to Ronnie DeVoe. And what this means is people can get themselves to a point where they can have their main person and then they have their other outside relationships and everybody's honest about it and this is what we're cool with. I like the idea of that, to be honest, because I see too many of y'all cheat. I see way too many of y'all cheat. So that's like the main reason. Child, look, it's starting already. It's starting already. So that's the main reason for me why I feel like what Taylor was talking about with ethical non-monogamy, I think it works. And I think it's crazy. Exactly like Will and Jada. I was watching Erica De Niro today, and Erica literally, I feel like most definitely mimicked a lot of my thoughts in her review. I was like, yes, Erica, the whole damn video. And that don't always happen, girl, because sometimes I be like, Erica, what? But most of the time, like, I absolutely go to Erica De Niro so that she can give me a perspective, one of which will help me think about it differently. And also, she just, a lot of times we share the same thoughts about things and we think out of a box. You know what I'm saying? So as I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted by the internet connection. Taylor the sex goddess, hey Kamisha, Taylor the sex goddess is there to give these old couples some advice on how to get back to some spice in their relationship. Okay. And a part of the conversation was Taylor saying that her and her husband, who have been married for 25 years, have an ethical, non monogamous relationship. She has a husband and 3 boyfriends. She says, I love being married. Okay. I love my husband, but I also like having my 3 little boos. And I was just like, I see no issue here. And I honestly feel like it's annoying to see everybody but Toya keep it a buck. Because when Contessa said that shit, I was like, it's a few of y'all that I feel like have probably either wanted to cheat or already cheated. So it's like the idea of of a non-monogamous relationship being so, oh yeah, no, that's not for us. I just rather, get cheated on, every few years. Yeah, I'd rather just, cheat and possibly not get caught and not have to worry about her getting dicked down by somebody, younger than me. That's what we're gonna agree to. And that's cool. Thank you so much, K1. Come through Skin Poppin'. Thank you. Okay, Sunlight. Thank you. But sometimes it's just like the way people come off as judgy to non-monogamous relationships is funny because they be cheating or getting cheated on. So it really be like, yeah, we can't just be honest, right? Let's just keep lying about it. That's much better. Who's Vanessa, girl? Who's Vanessa? Oh, you meant Contessa. Contessa feels unhappy in her marriage to me, but it's just at a better space right now, and she can roll with it right now. But I really do feel like Contessa is pretending to be in a better place because of what happened last season. Because she told too much of her business last season. So because she told too much of her business, now she has to recover. Now she has to fix it. Okay? But honestly, her and Scott probably are the couple that would probably do the best if they had that type of relationship, considering the fact that their marriage started off as long distance. Right, I thought it was straight bull with the sex therapist. Clearly there's been some marital hiccups in the bedroom. You know what I'm saying? And everybody's acting so, rigid when at least 2 of the marriages have gotten, they've gotten cheated on and shit. Okay, Cecil Curtis. Curtis can say what he wants to. I'm sorry, Cecil can say what he wants to. I believe Cecil has cheated on Simone. And especially because I feel like his issue with her is the lack of sex. That definitely tells me he went and got it from somewhere else. I almost feel like Simone doesn't care that he got it from somewhere else. I almost feel like their agreement might have been that he could have sex with whoever he wanted to have sex with, but his relationship with that friend became more emotional. So I think she saw more of an issue with it because of that. Like something, and I could be wrong, y'all, but Simone to me often feels like she don't really want to have sex with her husband like that. Even though when they were, playing around with that sex pillow, y'all, I need to get that sex pillow. I don't know where I can get it from, bitch. Maybe I can get it from ShopSedure.com because I do have an affiliate program for them if y'all want to get some sex toys. And I'm glad I said that because I need to buy me some new stuff. But I was like, oh, I want that sex pillow. I want that sex pillow. No, you're right, Ronnie. Like when Simone last episode said that when I got married, I thought that meant I didn't have to do the girlfriend shit no more. It made me feel like, oh, so on some level, you're okay with him having the girlfriend. It's just that the relationship was becoming too much like a wife. And it's like, nah, you doing too fucking much now. Now I'm feeling away. Like honestly, that's what it feel like what happened there. But whatever, Taylor says that the passion in sex comes from the unknown. Toya is telling on them because Toya is really tired of Eugene's, tired DICK. That's what it's giving. It's giving the DICK is tired, and I'm tired of it. No, I don't want to break up with you. I love our kids. I love our house. I love that you cook for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love our relationship. I do. But at the same time, this part of it is not satisfying me, and it's blaringly obvious, and she's really unhappy about it. And I feel like on some level they probably have the don't ask don't tell situation going on. A lot of people do that. Don't ask, don't tell. Okay? If you can get away with it and I cannot find out about it, live your life. Listen, I have told y'all before, don't come tell me. Don't come tell me nothing. I don't need you to come tell me nothing. If you not somebody very, very close to me, I don't need you to tell me you saw my nigga nowhere. Don't ask my neighbor. Okay? A lot of y'all are confused about whether y'all want to know or not. Don't tell me. I don't want to know. I don't care. And a lot of times I'm not gonna say I don't care. That's a bit much. No, but what I mean is that if he could not get caught by me, then let me be in my ignorant bliss. Okay? Because ultimately I feel like I'm way too in tune for me not to know. And also, like, you know, I have different feelings about the situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, I honestly don't see anything wrong with the relationship having its openness, especially if you're planning on being with somebody for the rest of your life. Like, I think there are some people that can go their whole life just having sex with that one person. That's great. But most of y'all cheat. So I just don't understand why the ethical non-monogamy is not more of a thing, considering the way most monogamous relationships tend to play out, which is y'all really be into it, it loses the spark, somebody starts cheating, then we got to make up for it, resentment, maybe divorce, maybe we stick it out. But do you really feel like Simone and Cecil are two people like really enjoying each other romantically, or do you feel like these are two people that have just grown to love each other as friends and have decided to stay married because of that fact? Because that's what it feels like for me. So y'all see right now on YouTube, it's tripping. I'm gonna turn my camera off and hopefully that'll clear it up. Cause sometimes it's really just giving me more issue. And this is obviously on my end, y'all. It's just so aggravating. But I'm also on Instagram. Everybody on YouTube, you can also get on Instagram right now. And I'm on here without any of these issues. Okay, so Cecil says he would like more dick. No, sorry. Cecil says he would like more sex. I'm sorry, I'm reading two lines at the same time. Taylor talks about her marriage. Heavenly said if he asks her for something else, something is wrong. Heavenly always just like angrily, nah, we ain't gonna never do nothing like that because I don't want nobody else. I don't need nobody else. And daddy don't want nobody else. And we don't want to have nobody else. And we always just be just, like, all right. All right. Okay, Heavenly. All right, sis. I know it's frozen, y'all, but I'm gonna just keep going and then I'll reiterate whenever it comes back because right now it is still fucked up. But anyway, so Heavenly says if he asks for something else, then something is wrong. And I said, I don't know if that's necessarily the case. I don't know if that's necessarily the case. I feel like, does anybody enjoy eating the same thing every day for the rest of their lives? At some point, it's going to lose its luster a bit. And I feel like there's a part of this where you can go and get something else, and that will revitalize your taste for what you already have. Okay? So, in some ways, not for everybody, of course, but I feel like there's something to be said about what it can do for relationships that get to that point if y'all would allow for each other to just go in, Will and Jada and then come back, during Christmas break or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But especially when you don't update the recipe. Child. Recipe for what, girl? Let me know. See y'all, there's literally no internet on right now, and I have no idea why. Thank you, Tess, for buying a badge. YouTube really don't fuck. I mean, the internet is really not fucking with me right now. It's insane. I'm gonna call Cox and probably have a really, really upsetting conversation with them later. Heavenly don't know what that man wants. She too damn loud to hear him. He wants quiet coochie. Coochie not attached to a fuzz box. Just kidding. He loves Heavenly, but she's a lot. I honestly feel like that's probably the part of him that that likes her. Like, he likes that portion of her. But I also feel like he got some shit with him. Like, he's misogynistic and feels like women should be a certain way. We gonna get into that because I didn't like some shit he said. He always saying something that aggravates me. He talked too much. He'll always start saying the right thing and then he'll say the wrong thing. And then it's like, you really could have just stopped a while ago. Okay? You really could have stopped a while ago, Damon. You didn't have to keep talking. And then you eventually make a generalization about women that really annoys the fuck out of us. Like, it makes my ass itch. Will said Jada never cheated. Folks lost their shit. Yeah. Thank you, Terry, for getting a badge. So the internet has completely decided to be like, fuck it. Archaic views on gender roles. Yes, he has very and it's weird because you're married to someone that isn't like that. He's not quiet. He's a cute turned on atomic dog. Watch his tongue start wagging. All right, y'all. Let me continue on. Okay. So everyone says they aren't open to threesomes or, adding any other people into the relationships. We knew they were going to say that. Toya was the only one that was like, that's the biblical answer. I like the fact that Toya was honest. I'm going to just say that. I appreciate that about her. Eugene tells them about a guy who came in the ER with a steel cock ring stuck on his penis and his scrotum, and it was on there for 2 days, and he had to fly the man from Atlanta to Mississippi to get it off. I was like, the fact that there's nobody in Atlanta that could have gotten that off of his scrotum, what is going on? Why is there someone in Mississippi that can get a steel cock ring off, but no one in Atlanta can get a steel cock ring off? Yikes. Not Toya honest about everything with their living situation. That is hilarious. Thank you to everyone who bought badges. Yes, thank you, Lisa, for thank you for moderating. Hold up, let me see. Thank you. Now you're a moderator on here too. I feel like Eugene really doesn't care if Toya sleeps with anyone else, but he won't admit that in front of men because they will judge him. Yeah, I feel like that too. I really do feel like their relationship works in such a way that you can tell they probably give each other way more understanding and grace than they will let on to everybody else. I told y'all I don't like the way people try to infantilize Eugene when it comes to Toya. Stop that. You have no idea what that man really feels about his situation with his wife. Stop making him out to be a fucking victim when he has not said he was a victim. Okay? Yeah, but I was tickled about that whole steel cock ring thing. So the men and women separate. The men go outside, the women stay inside and discuss how crazy it is to bring in outside people, try whatever. Toya says that she gets it. Maybe they didn't want to break up the family. Like, Toya is explaining it in a way that we know makes sense. Okay? Like, everybody gonna act like it doesn't make sense. But we know what Toya is saying makes absolute sense. And Quad is like, it's obvious that she probably already opened her marriage and Eugene just don't know about it. I was like, God damn. Like, is it just me? Or is she like, I don't know. I just feel like she really don't like that lady. And I don't understand why. Let me bring y'all up a little bit. I don't know. Oops, sorry, y'all. I don't know what that lady did. I don't know what the situation is. Let me fix this, y'all. I'm trying to get y'all up a little higher. I don't know what the situation is, but the sex Bible Belt states have strange start sex practices. Isn't that funny that the place that judges you the most for that type of shit has like the craziest sex stuff going on? Like, that says a lot to me, okay? Which is part of the reason why I tell y'all all the time. I just, I feel like it's all bullshit. It's also that you can judge people while doing the exact same thing. It's not gonna work. I was trying to, lift y'all up a little bit because I don't have nothing that I could put it on my desk. But I need y'all to just be a little bit higher. Okay, then that's a little bit better. Quiet really doesn't like Toya. Like, I really want to know what the real issue is, because they really don't see it for each other. Not even a little bit, not even a lot, girl. And it's just like, but why though? Like, it feels like it's something underlying that we just don't know about. But Simone says if you put God first in your marriage during bad times, it will pass. Y'all, and that was where my issue came in. That's where my issue came in, y'all. Because when she said that, I was like, what the fuck does that mean? What does that mean when y'all say that? I hate when people, like, I'm really starting to have a disdain as I get older when I hear people say shit just for the sake of saying something, especially when it's about God. Whenever y'all can throw God in something and you don't have a real answer and you just throw faith or God on it, it's just like, just tell me you don't know. Just tell me you don't know how y'all fix the relationship, or say you don't want to be honest about it. Say you don't want to be honest and say that I love my husband and I stayed with him because I didn't want to start over. I stayed with him because it's more comfortable to be here. I stayed with him because I don't really think I can find better at this age. And so I'm going to stay with him. Don't tell me you put God first. Don't tell me you put God first, because that's not what you did, and that's not what that means. Just saying fucking words, not actually giving anybody any practical advice for how to fix a broken or a damaged marriage. I was just like, what? I want you to make it make sense for me. Both Heavenly and Quiet think Toya is beneath them because she's a housewife and they think she does nothing. Everybody says that, and I still feel like that's foolishness. Especially, like, that's foolishness. But you know what else is foolishness? Thinking that Quiet can't possibly be able to afford her home on her own without a man. Coming from women who are fucking doctors. So because Quiet isn't a doctor, she couldn't possibly do these things on her own? Like, it's so weird. Okay, y'all, I'm back live on YouTube if y'all want to go check now. Okay? And we'll just keep it going. And I told y'all, when the lives are over, I'm going to just give y'all the whole video that's recording during this time, so y'all won't miss anything in the playback. All right. So I told y'all the saying I'm gonna put God first thing was just kind of like, that's not practical. What does that mean? Are you and Cecil even really romantically into each other? Questions I have. Questions I have. Okay. But anyway, Jackie brings up Contessa and Heavenly again. They believe, hey, at this point, it is what it is for everybody. Heavenly wants Contessa to know, I just want you to know how beautiful you are and how you don't have to take no stuff from somebody just because they a man. Contessa says, that's my children's father. It's my choice who I'm married to today and in perpetuity going forward in life. Whoever I'm with, do me a favor and keep your opinions about them to yourself. Heavenly feels like Contessa should shut up and let a man talk, though. I'm so confused by Dr. Heavenly. Like, I really do. Like, I be having these moments with her where I get it, moments when I absolutely don't, and moments when I'm like, what in the conflicting is going on here? How in one moment are you going to tell Contessa not to allow a man to disrespect her just because he's a man, and then turn around and tell her that she needs to just shut the fuck up and let the man talk when your husband was trying to reprimand her because she and you are not getting along right now? I don't even understand it. I don't know why Heavenly thought that was what she should say in the moment. I don't know why she didn't take Dr. Jackie's advice and just shake her head and say yes. I don't know why. But it feels like it's the principle of the matter. You want Contessa to realize that she's the one that did this to her marriage. And if she doesn't want people to have an opinion on her marriage, then she shouldn't have invited them in it the way she did. And she continues to do that in the way she argues, bring other people into it. So Contessa has, in fact, not learned her lesson yet. The only thing she's doing is keeping her situation with Scott to a minimum. If her and Scott get into it, now we don't know the way we did last season. But I bet you any money she brings the children into it. I bet you any money the children are fully engaged in the fights and arguments that their parents have. So yeah, I look at Contessa and I feel like you're somebody that just doesn't want to take accountability for your part in this, and that's why Heavenly is not just letting it go, because she's like annoyed at the principle of it. Like, I didn't put your out there, you did. I didn't put no rumors out there about you, you did. And Contessa continues to like dig the ditch even deeper by adding on to it. Like, at first it was opinions about your husband. Now you telling us that, you know, she's been planting seeds for years. When Contessa said that, I said, yeah, Heavenly don't need to get back cool with you. Heavenly don't need to get back cool with you. Girl, Contessa, you. When it really boiled down to it. Like, when it really boiled down to it, girl, you. How dare you act like that lady all these years has been planting seeds to say your husband ain't shit, when really you invited her into y'all situation, and then later on you gonna apologize for doing so? But it's stupid, because essentially your husband is the one that caused you the pain. You just told your friend about it, but you want the friend to stop. But you want your friend to be more accountable in your relationship than you or your husband are. Mind blowing. Mind blowing. Me and Scott are fine now. Are you, Contessa? Because a lot of times it seems like you're just smiling through gritted teeth. I think you and Scott probably have great sex. But do I think that Contessa is like really happy in her marriage right now? No. And it's obvious to me. And if that's the place you in, that's fine, Contessa. But don't try to blame or make it seem like Heavenly was out here lying on your relationship, when there's obviously some shit that Heavenly isn't saying that she could say about your relationship. I feel like Heavenly definitely isn't saying some of the stuff that she could say about your relationship with Scott. So yeah, if you were just upset with her from talking shit about you, and you know, having too strong of an opinion about your man online as her friend, I got all of that. I'm here for all of that, my girl. But ultimately, you are gonna have to take some accountability at some point for the fact that you invited that because you like to get other people to help you fight your battles, which doesn't make any sense because you a thug. Contessa's a thug. And y'all know what I mean by that, right? Contessa's a soldier. I thought I told you. You know what I'm saying? She's strong. She can fight for herself. And y'all notice how every time some of the women get into a fight, Contessa jumps up so she can, you know, hurry up and grab y'all and stop y'all from fighting each other. The girls don't even be about to fight. Like, Quad stood up, Toya was still sitting down. Here come Contessa. Hold up, girl. Hold up. Don't go over there. Hold up. Oh, Lord, your gay ass. With your gay ass, okay? They stay bringing up Curtis transgressions. They do. That's the thing. I want everybody to understand there are certain things you really never gonna be able to live down once the shit becomes public. So that's why a lot of times you can't be telling everybody your business, because they're gonna want to throw it in your face at some point, or they're gonna want to bring it up, or something gonna happen where they're gonna be like, well, you know, I ain't trying to remind you about what happened with you and him and all of that, but you know, girl, you know, I ain't trying to, you know. But anyway, y'all, moving on from there, they not about to get back cool, Jackie. Just let it go. Toya says Heavenly needs to grow up. You know, they call each other stupid bitches with ugly ass wigs on. Okay, Toya really got in her ass. Tell you trifling ass. Okay, the men were outside discussing how the women were actually getting along for, you know, a moment in time, as they have full-on violent verbal arguments inside. Y'all know what's annoying to me? that men act like the things women say are worse than the fact that they get to a point that they can't calm themselves down physically. Like, physically harming somebody is detrimental for everybody. I can say what I want to say and everybody can still live to tell a story. Y'all act like women are so terrible because our words are sharp, but y'all be out here willing to like kill each other over anything. And it's just very weird to me that you find the lesser of the interactions, the less of the violent interaction, you find that more problematic. You make excuses. Like I was watching Roxanne the other day, and she was like, I always tell y'all, men are not gonna have these conversations. They're not gonna talk it out. They're just gonna fight. So women have to not have verbal disagreements because the men are going to take it to the physical place. And I feel like, get the fuck out of here with that. When a woman is talking to a man, there is the understanding that I can't physically fight you and win. So I have to verbally do what I can because you're not about to punk me. Okay? So when y'all say stuff like that, it just makes me feel like men just always want to be able to win a fight. And they mad that they can't win the fight if they put their hands on you. Not really. Like, not in life. Like, if you put your hands on a woman, you're going to go to jail. But a woman can go off on you verbally and still, and nothing's going to happen to her, really. Y'all get mad about that. Y'all get real mad about that. And it's like, okay, well, come at me, words. Figure out your words, sir. Use your words. As we get older, I really do feel like, use your words. I don't understand why grown men can't use their words, Marceau, Maurice. Why can't men use their words? Why do y'all have to take it physical because women have verbal disagreements? I don't understand. Like, what are y'all even talking about? I'm still upset about y'all saying that, the women put the men in a fucked up situation on Love and Marriage Huntsville. I'm still mad about that. I'm sorry. So yes. Can you stop snorting all in my mic, sir? You just slobbering on everything. What is going on? Okay. Jackie goes to talk to Heavenly in her room, and y'all know, not Jack. I'm fine now. I cursed her out. I'm fine now. Y'all, I can't stand Heavenly's high-pitched voice. I cannot stand Heavenly's high-pitched daddy voice that she uses in order to seem less aggressive after she done called everybody a dumbass bitch. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, Toya asked Quad about the rumor that came out at her party, about Toya having sex with somebody in the neighborhood. And Toya says, I was wondering if you brought it up because you wanted to deflect from the fact that you screwing your contractor. And Quad was like, oh, that was a good one, bitch. That was a good one. No, I don't have to sleep with my contractor. I paid for the work. And we're going to go into Quad's hour-long monologue about how she Frank Sinatra this shit. She did it her way. I was on the floor when she said that. I was on the floor. She said, I Frank Sinatra this shit. I did it my way. I said, bitch. You need to be doing plays, bitch. You need to be doing motherfucking plays with the way you like to spill out a monologue. Somebody give Quad a theater job somewhere. Okay? Candy, give Quad a job on Broadway. Quad said that she didn't originate that rumor. It was Anila. I said it was Anila, Quad. It was Anila. I'm going to say this. At this point, I think it was all of y'all. I think all of y'all don't like Toya, and all of y'all wanted to get back at Toya for how much shit she talks. So y'all wanted to. Are you slobbering on me, child? I'm gonna have to wash this sweatshirt. There's nothing up here for you. Go lay down on the carpet. Yeah, he's adorable. I hate it. Anyway, Toya says, listen, I never talked about you, so I don't know why you always have something to say about my family. Simone says, well, I got that info from a very reliable source, Quad, about you and your contractor. Simone, I hate the way you try to act like you above it, but you messy as fuck. Because I'm trying to fit, it's giving Quad Woodbine, you ain't never lie. I'm trying to understand, Simone, what did Quad do to you for you to go and get that information from that contractor's friend? She said she and the contractor have a mutual friend, and that's how she knows that Quad slept with the married contractor. And I was just kind of like, y'all really gonna act like that's not like, why do we ignore how fucked up Simone be sometimes? Is it just me that feels like Simone can often be very up and messy, and everybody just ignores it and puts it on Heavenly, or puts it on Toya or Contessa or Quad, like the people with the louder voices? I don't even know how I can say that because Simone be loud as fuck. But Simone, I was just like, girl, what the fuck why are you bringing that up? Why are you putting it out there? Daniva said Simone is the one who started the rumors about Toya. Oh my God. I believe it now. Make it make sense for me. Simone, I need you to make it make sense for me, love. I feel like we have no idea who you really are. I feel like we have no idea who Simone really is. Simone is funny and sarcastic and all of that. But there's a part of Simone that I feel like she conceals very, very well. She shines up very, very well as a doctor and all of that. But I really need to understand why you are seeking out information on your cast members. And then when it comes to Toya, you're going to get info. If this is true what Funky Dineva said, you're going to get info on Toya cheating and tell it to people who don't like her, and then get information on Quad and tell the people that don't like her, but nobody's like Simone. Nobody's taking it Simone. We haven't had a sit down yet where somebody needed to say something to Simone for being messy, but we got to keep having conversations with Heavenly about reviews on the fucking show. Y'all, I'm starting to get aggravated now. Simone, I'm starting to get aggravated now because I have not yet seen anybody call her out, and that's messy as fuck. Okay? Anyways, but Quiet is gonna put it on Anila. Toya says, I was wondering if you brought it up because you screwed your carpenter. She never talked about her. Simone says she got the info on Quiet from a mutual friend with the contractor. There's been a mystery how she can afford her house. Simone, really? There's a mystery to how Quiet can afford her house? How much money do y'all make on Married to Medicine? You add advertisement deals, good investments, saving money from when you were making a lot of money, and you get a good mortgage. Why do you feel like she couldn't afford a good mortgage, getting paid hundreds of thousands? I'm hoping at least $150,000 plus to do Married to Medicine. I gotta guess that you're getting paid at least $100K to do a whole season of Married to Medicine. It might have decreased slightly, but still, that's a lot of money to get. And then with her status, she can use that to parlay into ambassadorships and all of those other things. You get advertisement deals. People post on your Instagram. Like, you get paid for all kind of shit once you get that type. Exactly. Quad makes money off Instagram. That's what would make sense to me. That's what would make sense to me. She's beautiful. She has a beautiful body. Like, obviously she's making money off of being somewhat of a reality star / influencer is what I would think. They are getting paid close to $1 million. They getting paid close to $1 million a season for Married to Medicine, and you asking how she paying for her fucking house? Tell Simone get out my face. Tell Simone and her ponytail and her shorts to get out of my face with this, okay? He's so mad because I don't want to pick him up. I want him to just fall asleep. Get away from me. Go get it. Go get it. Go get it. Here, go get another. Yeah, he gonna be high as a kite. Anyway, he's not snoring. He just snorts. He just snorts. He's a Frenchie. Frenchies just snort. There's another one. Go get it. He'll find it eventually, child. I came with Juvie. Juvie wants mommy's attention right now. That's what this is. Okay. Look, he went got it. But yeah, Simone is killing me right now. Yeah, y'all, he really don't be sleeping all the time. He just snorts. That's what the Frenchies do. Kwa says she never had to pay with her pussy, and she's offended that y'all would say that. Toya says Kwa constantly comes for her, and she doesn't care how she hurts other people. She said, "You a bitch I won't cry for." I said, "Oh God." I said, not a bitch I won't cry for. God damn. Like, I really want to get to the bottom of what the beefage is about, because it's giving steak, and it's what's for dinner. Toya says that Quad always been a liar since she met the bitch. And then Quad gets up and Contessa has to strong arm her back, hold up, bitch. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, Contessa, did you think they were really gonna fight, or did you want an excuse to grab on Quad's body? I'ma leave it alone. Quad makes about $75,000 per episode. She take home 1.1 million before taxes. Stop that. Yeah, that's insane. That's insane for you to be asking how she paying for her house. That's crazy as hell. Quad says that, Quad goes off into the room with Jackie and Heavenly and all of them, and she's doing her speech. I Frank Sinatra this shit. I did it my way, okay? She can't keep her house and she got a man. I did it on my own, okay? Quad was going on. I'm tired, sick and tired of the disrespect. I'm a good person, okay? And her wit is not good enough, okay? Quad said what she said. I said what I said. Now bring her in here. Because she's still going to be a hood rat bitch from the gutter. Now what's up? Give her a bra. Give Quad Webb a round of applause, please. Okay? Thank you so very, very much. Apparently Quad is mad at Toya and Eugene because they no longer wanted her on the show. I heard that, but I feel like this got to be a little deeper than that. I feel like this got to be a little deeper than that, because they doing a lot just because somebody said you shouldn't be on the show because you're not married to medicine. Well, bitch, I'm still on the show. So now what? Honestly, I feel like they know it's in their best interest. In their best interest to have her on that show. It is. Anyway, y'all. And then everybody gets ready for church the next morning. Jackie said, "I'm going to let the car run out of gas." I said, "Y'all stood up there for an hour? Y'all stood up there for an hour and listen to quiet talk? Why y'all lying to us like that? Y'all did not stand up there for a fucking hour and listen to that lady rant and rave like that." So they go to church the next morning. Well, some of them. Damon talks to Heavenly about how sad it is that the women can't let shit go, and how every woman's words can be so painful. And once again, I'm going to say, it really annoys me the way no matter what Damon is talking about, the conversation always becomes men versus women. How men handle conflict better than women. How women just can't seem to stop talking and stop saying things. I think that Dr. Damon thinks if he's speaking with these, it's giving Kanye sometimes. Y'all know? Like, I'm going to put on the unassuming, soft, white guy voice. And then, when I'm with my Q dogs, it's probably nigga this, nigga that, But yeah, I was listening to it. Damon always does this, y'all. Damon will be on the right road. He'll be saying something that makes so much sense, and then he'll make it about men versus women, and I will completely get annoyed with him, because I really feel like the fact that you ignore that the men on this show are not the norm. The men on this show are not the norm. And what I mean by that is, Dr. Damon, most black men aren't out here like you. Like, it's just very annoying, like how black men, kill each other at alarming rates. But we have these conversations about the way women talk, as if that's the biggest issue we have, is how women, women, you're so harsh with your words. You're so harsh with your words. It's like, oh, it would be better for me to be harsh with my actions like men. I should be harsh with my actions. And then it's annoying because it's not like men don't also have a way of being harsh with their words. It's just, why do we have to make it a man versus woman thing in any of these conversations? He does that every time. And Heavenly, oh, Daddy, you can tell me if I'm wrong. You can tell me. It's all right. I gotta. Shut up. And I'm saying that because that's bullshit. Because you're going to go and talk to them women any old type of fucking way and then come in here with this baby voice shit with this nigga. I can't stand all of that conflicting ideals all over the place. Confusing the fuck out of me. Anyway, y'all, they aggravate me sometimes with that shit. Yeah, Quad's ex-husband is engaged. Don't nobody care. She wished him well. I wonder what Damon sign is. He reminds me of my annoying Q-Dog cousin that does that same shit. And his girlfriend is a doormat pick Misha too. It's so annoying the way they like give disingenuous commentary on their marriage. Like, it's just very these hoes be disingenuous. You better say it at the same time as I'm thinking it. So Simone and Jackie talk about Heavenly, and Contessa and Jackie I'm sorry, and Contessa I'm sorry. This why you gotta check on a nigga. This why you gotta check on a nigga, okay? I need to go put him in his kennel because he's just not gonna lay down and let me do my job like he did yesterday. Yesterday, the nigga went downstairs and laid down and left me alone. I'm sorry, but I don't like to have him in his kennel all the time if he don't have to be. Anyway, so this video is all over the place. I'm sorry, y'all. I hope y'all enjoying it anyway. I hate the fact that I haven't even regained, my numbers on YouTube, but it's okay because I feel like it's split between the two. Feel like half, there's 100 and something of y'all on Instagram and 300 or something, y'all on YouTube. So like the video if you're on YouTube. Thank you. Where was I? Simone and Jackie talk about Heavenly and Contessa, and Jackie finally says that Contessa is forgetting all the shit that she shared about Scott, and Contessa seems to think that Heavenly has been planting seeds for years. Her family is stronger than ever. She's sorry she put Heavenly in their life. All bullshit. Simone made a comment to Jackie about feeling how there are things in their relationship that shouldn't be off limits. Like, you my best friend, so I should be able to talk to you about your husband. I should be able to talk to you about my husband, especially if we've confided in one another. And when I went on YouTube, I couldn't get it to scream. Got YouTube in the background. Okay. It's probably because you were on the first one instead of this one, which is the newer one. I have to delete the first one. But anyway, Simone and Jackie, they edited that conversation weird to me because it seemed as if they were at first having a conversation about Heavenly and Contessa and how they should have handled their situation. But then, because Jackie was like, Contessa told Heavenly too much of her business. She wasn't supposed to do all of that. And Simone is like, well, I feel like if we close like that, shouldn't I be able to tell you my business without you telling my business to the world? We just gonna have to agree to disagree on that. It almost felt like it was something that they had going on between the two of them, not just an argument between Contessa and Heavenly. But I do feel like the issue is that everybody, I think, is ignoring the fact that Heavenly wasn't trying to put Contessa on blast. That's the thing. Simone is saying that I should be able to trust you not to put me on blast. That's what Simone is saying. I need for Simone to understand that Heavenly didn't put Contessa on blast. Contessa put herself on blast. And that's the disconnect in this conversation, is the refusal to understand that, okay, fine, you mad about Heavenly stating her opinion, but at the same time, she didn't offer up any new information to us. Heavenly didn't say anything to us that Contessa had not already said or shown us on the show. It's just very annoying. It's just very annoying to keep like negating that portion of this. Eugene has to go back to work because he's trying to get out that hospital that he work at. Everyone else gets ready for church, and they give Kieran and Anila the black church etiquette, rules. The sermon is about bringing people back together. Toya needs healing. She's emotional before the sermon. She is. I feel like Toya really is going through something, and whenever Toya can resolve what she's going through, I think she'll be in a better space. But until then, she's gonna be where she at, which is low-key miserable. The preacher asked them to say, I just need some real friends. Obviously, Dr. Jackie and them told the preacher about what was going on in everybody's relationship before he got there. Kieran was scared he was going to miss something because of all the crowd participation. I thought that was funny. Contessa and Heavenly are not here for each other, but both feel betrayed by the other person. I feel like Contessa is pretending to be a victim, and that's annoying to me. Simone tells Cecil she doesn't want to hear his mouth on the way back home because everybody, getting in the car on the way back. And she was like, I don't want to hear you and Curtis's mouth about what the women should have did and what we didn't do. And I thought that was so funny because I was like, that is absolutely the conversation that Damon and Heavenly are having. I feel like Damon and Heavenly are having a very long conversation about how, as a woman, she needs to do better. Okay? And I just kind of feel like you're going to talk yourself into a hole because Heavenly is not going to change. Like she said, I don't even know why I apologize for real because I'll probably do it again. And what that means is she's always going to say how she feels. She's always going to tell you the truth of her situation. It's just, it is what it is. And what I mean, the truth of her situation, I mean how she feels about something. She's never going to like block it off. She's always going to tell you if she don't like you. She's going to tell you if she feel like your husband ain't shit. She's going to tell you if she feel like you full of shit. Dr. Heavenly is always just going to tell you what is on her mind off the top, no matter if you like it or not. Okay? And I feel like that is uncomfortable for most people to deal with, but I also feel like it's kind of unfair to ask somebody to be any different than who they are. Just don't fool with them. But I appreciate the fact that I don't think Dr. Jackie asked Dr. Heavenly to change who she is. She just moves accordingly. And I appreciate that. Do you respond to emails? It depends if I see it. But Bondi, it's just like this. Can I talk about my father? But if you are talking about my father, it's a difference. It hits a different way. I think that's what it is for Contessa. And I get that, but I also need for us to be honest and say what exactly did Heavenly say that was bad about Scott, except for the fact that she believed they were in a verbally and mentally abusive relationship. What else did she say about Scott? It's a whole nother thing if she says Scott is a piece of shit. Scott is a cheater. He's a bad guy. Dr. Heavenly has never said anything bad about Scott. She's just simply said to Contessa that you deserve to be in a better situation based on the information you've given me. And I feel like it's so unfair when people do that. You put people in your relationship, and then when they get emotionally invested, you get mad at them because Dick is able to get you back where you need to be. Heavenly not fucking Scott. So she's always just gonna have your experience of him as her marker. But I don't feel like Dr. Heavenly has ever been disrespectful to Scott. I don't feel like she's ever really said anything. I don't feel like she's ever really said anything to Scott. She says they asked her if he was abusive, and she said emotionally and verbally. She said, yeah. How is that any different than when Contessa said that she and Scott are in a toxic relationship? How is that any different? That's so weird to me. You want people to lie, or you want people not to speak on something, even though you've already spoken on it with them, put it on a reality show. Like, I get what everybody is saying about Heavenly's delivery. I absolutely agree. But this is really one of those times where I feel like Heavenly alligating an abusive relationship is not a small thing. It is full of disrespect. Listen, if somebody is in a verbally and mentally abusive relationship, that's what it is. Especially when the person has already said that's what it is. That's not an allegation. That wasn't accusatory. It was based off of what Contessa had already said about her arguments and fights with Scott. Like, I really feel like most of my understanding of Scott has really more so come from Contessa and her tears than anything else. So it's really, really like, it's annoying to me that everybody acts like Heavenly really said something so different or so bad about Scott. A lot of men are slightly abusive. A lot of men are slightly abusive. Heavenly pretty much told them in Vegas not to tell her about their marriage, especially because she's not sharing about hers. Those friendships will always be imbalanced when someone shares and the other doesn't. That's true. That's true. That's true. And I wouldn't tell that bitch my business, like Dr. Heavenly said. I mean, like like Dr. Heavenly said, and Dr. Jackie. I just wouldn't give her the information. But listen, this is what I want y'all to understand. Contessa put Heavenly in her marriage so that she could have backup against Scott. And now that she has exactly that, she's mad about it. Understand that Contessa has responsibility to protect her husband. But she should have did that before now. If you want to protect your husband's image, you need to stay consistent. You can't spray him for being a cheater and having a toxic relationship with you. And then when your friend, who's also on the same reality show, is asked if your relationship is abusive, and she says verbally and mentally, because y'all argue and curse each other out, y'all admitted it. And then y'all sat in the confessional this episode and said y'all are arguing better, which even more so proves what Heavenly was saying about y'all being verbally abusive, or him being verbally abusive to you. Do y'all not remember the last 2 seasons? Contessa has started to just cry and not even talk anymore. Her and Scott would get into it, and Contessa would just get quiet and start crying. And then Scott would act like, fuck you crying for? I watched that happen in their relationship. And literally, y'all think the worst shit that Heavenly could have said was their relationship is abusive? A lot of people's relationships are abusive. If you that bothered by it, don't tell nobody about your abusive relationship. That's how I feel. It's like if you had a boyfriend and when you argue and vent to your friend and then make up, your friend still mad at your boyfriend. Yeah. And that's why one of the number 1 rules of marriage is don't tell everybody your fucking business. It doesn't matter how close of a friend they are to you. You can't tell everybody, and you damn sure can't have them there for your arguments. And that's another thing that everybody is negating about this whole situation. And I love that they played that whole little montage of all the times that Contessa has had Heavenly all in her fucking marriage. You should have never had an argument with your husband in front of Dr. Heavenly. You can go and talk to, let me tell you something. I can talk to my homegirls until I'm blue in the face about whatever me and my husband may be going through. They know that what I tell them is between us. I have a homegirl right now. I can't stand her nigga. Every time I see him, hey, how you doing? Because that ain't got nothing to do with me. I don't like you, but I'm not about to do all that with you. It ain't my business. Now, if you ask me my opinion, I'll tell you I think you ain't shit. And you know that. You know that. This is not that. I would never sit here and have a personal argument with my husband in front of somebody and have them a part of the conversation like that. Even when, like, I've had times when me and my husband have had like little spats in front of my mama, and she like, don't do that. Do not interject in whatever the fuck is going on between me and my husband. I didn't used to feel like I can say that, but now I feel like that. Do not do that. We can have our little disagreement, our little back and forth. He say something, I say something. It ain't no big old blow up argument. It ain't nothing personal. It's just a little back and forth. Do not interject in our shit, because you're only going to make it worse. Stay where you at, minding your business, because this ain't it. Don't do that. So when Contessa decided to have a full-blown argument with Scott, with Heavenly being a part of it as some type of judge and jury, you invited her to have an opinion. You invited her to have an opinion. I'm not saying that Heavenly isn't wrong, but what I'm saying is you can't say that what she said was that fucked up. That's what I'm saying. I don't think she could have said it a different way, but I don't think what she said was that fucked up. I think she could have said worse shit. I do. And I damn sure don't like the fact that Contessa is acting like Heavenly was spreading rumors about her husband. Y'all gonna argue with me about that? Because I know y'all like to tussle. So y'all won't argue with me about how Contessa got up there this episode and said that Heavenly been spreading rumors about her marriage for years? You may not like what somebody got to say, but if it's the truth, do me a favor and get the fuck over it. If it's the truth, do me a favor and get the fuck over it. I only want to see people this upset when it's a lie. And this is the reason why Contessa has to act like what Heavenly said was so wrong and such a lie. Because she knows that you can't be this mad about a truth that you've already told. But yes, they both cross boundaries. But I don't like the fact that Contessa is literally lying on the lady. I'm sorry. That's not cool. That's not cool to not all of a sudden make shit up so that you can make Heavenly more wrong than she is. That's all I'm saying. Contessa went on her YouTube channel plenty of times. She's so full of it. Yeah, because it was all good when she was talking about Toya. When she was talking about Toya and Eugene's marriage, then Contessa didn't give a fuck about protecting families. But now, every time somebody get into an argument, oh my God, they're just breaking apart families left and right. It's bullshit, y'all. It's hypocritical. It's nonsense. You and your husband in a better place? Great, girl. Great. But learn that you can't share information with everybody and stop including people into your arguments with your husband like you a fucking teenager or something. Acting like a damn child. Got me fucked up. I'm 34 years old and I know I ain't about to have no motherfucking argument with my husband in front of nobody like that. Y'all crazy. I stopped talking. I tell him all the time, I ain't finna argue with you in public. Please stop. I'm not arguing with you in public. I'm not having no screaming back and forth match, because I don't want nobody in my fucking business like that. Not a little bit, not even at all. You know, when you go through things and it's like a benchmark, like Contessa filing for divorce, everybody gonna find that out. But those little arguments that y'all have on a daily basis or something like that, that ain't nobody business. That ain't nobody business. And you shouldn't want people to be mad at your husband on your behalf. That's another thing. Contessa, that's the fucking problem, that you were okay at some point with everybody else being mad at your husband. And that's the problem. If you got an issue with your husband, let that be your issue with your husband. Don't try to get your friends and family to rise up so that you can have backup to fight against your husband. That's where this shit goes wrong. And she still does that, y'all. That's a Contessa thing. To need help to fight her battles, even though she don't need help to fight her battles. That's a Contessa thing. Contessa did the same thing with Heavenly. Why did you need to get Toya and Simone and everybody all, in cahoots so you could have this meeting with Heavenly instead of talking to Heavenly in person or getting your ass on social media and cursing her out? Like, you could have done a number of things that would have made it even Steven, but you waited You waited and you made a whole little plan to come to her with some bullshit to make yourself out to be a victim and completely ignore the fact that you have shared all of the information that we have about your marriage. You shared. Nobody knew anything about Scott cheating until you started talking about that shit. She like back up with everybody and she need to stand on her own 2 feet. When you fighting with your man, bitch, it need to be you by yourself. Stop including everybody else. The children, Heavenly, anybody else. Stop including people in your fight against your man. Fight with your man on your own, bitch. Unless he putting his hands on you, then we have your fights on your own. You crazy. Like that was like from the jump. Step number 1. A wife is not her husband's enemy. No need to get back up to go up against your husband. And vice versa. Vice versa. Oh, I think Simone was putting a battery in Contessa back because you don't like Heavenly. Ooh, and that's another thing. That's another thing. She also weaponized her child against Heavenly. She does that a lot. Use people in arguments. And you know what? And I always take, and I'm about to leave Married to Medicine and go to Real Housewives of Potomac. But you know, we in it, girl. So I be liking to give when I'm at, when I'm in the mode. Pontification. Heavenly told us that when they had that big fight at the beginning of the season at Contessa's house, Contessa brought her daughter into the argument. Now, Contessa has denied that, but I don't believe Contessa, and I'm going to tell you why. Because in the previous seasons, when Scott and Contessa have not been on good terms, they have both overly shared their angst with one another with their children. And then we watch their children have reactions to the other parent because of whatever they're going through. That is toxic. That is wrong. And then when you do that, that's that dirty fighting that they do. Remember when Dr. Contessa and Scott said in this episode that they're learning to fight better? They're fighting fair now? That's why. Because they do shit like that. That's not cool. And so how is Contessa ever supposed to be accountable for how she is if she can just keep putting the blame on Heavenly about the mouth? Okay? That's called parentification, and both those doctor parents know better. They do, but they still do it. I 100% believe that they did, because my parents, I feel like most people's parents did that shit, even if they didn't mean to. So I feel like my mom never down talked my dad to me, but their interactions are what set it up. So if my dad is normally the aggressor, I'm going to feel like I need to protect my mother. So that's going to affect my relationship with my father, because I feel the need to protect my mother in the arguments that they're having as a couple. People don't mean to do it. They live in a household together, but it's the way it happens, and it's detrimental. So Quad did an interview with DJ Richie Sky and said that the issue with Toya is based on things that have happened with them in the past. So y'all just fucking with each other for the camera. Got it. All right, y'all. So Jew obviously wants my attention, so I'm gonna go put him in a kennel right quick, and we're gonna move on to Real Housewives of Potomac. Okay, so can y'all do me a favor and like the video? So Quad doing the interview right now. Okay. Well, y'all go check that out and tell me what happened, girl. Because I'm about to move on to Real Housewives of Potomac. Okay, did y'all like the video? Y'all like the video? Okay. Let me make sure we're still hot spotting it. Okay. Potomac. Quiet be lying a lot. Child. What's good from Chili Gentilly? All right, now listen. You know we do not know how to act as soon as we can put a sweater on in New Orleans, child. Bitch, it's cool enough for me to put on a sweater. Oh shit. All right, y'all. So I told y'all, um, I told y'all that I felt like I could understand what Mia was going through because, because somebody was like, I think it was Roxanne that was like, how many tests you need to take and why you got, and I'm like, because I don't know what's going on with Mia because they said Mia has had a lot of surgeries and stuff, so she can have like, foreign objects moving around in her body that may be, causing lumps, and it could seem like cancer. And it could show up as cancer and not be cancer once more tests are done. But as somebody that goes through this whole cervical cancer thing, I constantly seem to have to go to the doctor to get tested and get chunks of my cervix taken out. Especially in the past 2 years, I think I had maybe, I want to say 2 or 3, maybe 4, and I'm spacing right now because I can't remember, but several different times where I was waiting on biopsy. Several in the course of 2 years. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's really not far-fetched for what Mia is talking about when you get one test done and it's fine, and then you gotta wait a little longer and then come back again and get another test, and it is painful. If they don't drug you, it's very painful. And then they act like it's not. Yeah, no numbing medication. You don't get numbed when they take a chunk out of your cervix. So I understood Mia in this situation. And because of that, I know I heard about Color Me Pink as well. So that's why I won't handle Mia in that way about this. Because personally, if she's really going through that and she needed social media to tell her they were praying for her 1,000,000 times for her to feel better, so what? So what? Who did it hurt that Mia needed people to make her feel better about that? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, the dysplasia on your cervix. Yeah, a lot of y'all have been through that as well. People really act like doctors don't give vague information all the time. They do. They do. They don't tell you things if they feel like it's only going to worry you. They do that. They literally will withhold information because they feel like it's not important at the time. So I did not like the way Gizelle handled Mia, and I told y'all last week that when Mia told Gizelle, fuck you, I felt that shit. And I feel like she had every right to feel that way. And it's just a hard thing to have to go through. I appreciate y'all, by the way. I see y'all in the comments. I appreciate y'all. I'm only saying, this because I feel like that was really hard. It's still really hard. And I would never want to make somebody feel worse. And I also feel like I don't like Robin and none of them either acting like the message was confusing, because I'm like, I really feel like y'all only think it was confusing because y'all haven't been through it. Because when I read Mia's message, it sounded exactly like what I was going through. It sounded exactly, you know what I'm saying? Like, and another thing is that I feel like there's nothing wrong with people that want to talk about it because they want to feel supported, or they want to hear from other people that have gone through it and let them know it'll be okay, or that there are a group of people praying, you know, and putting positive energy out there for your body to be healed. How the fuck am I supposed to relate to that as a bad thing? For attention. Y'all, you know what kills me sometimes is people always, oh, you just want attention. Who the fuck doesn't like attention at one moment or another? I really want to know what human being wishes that they were alone with no other humans around every day, all day. Like, I want to know. I want to know, who are you that you don't need the support, or, you know, you don't need the attention of other people ever? Like, who are you people? Okay, I don't know who y'all are, but I always feel like whenever people, you know, you just wanted attention, it's like, so if it's not a lie, I don't care about somebody wanting attention from a truth that they're dealing with. I keep telling y'all that. If it's the truth, then I don't care that she just wanted attention or whatever. Like, if it helped her feel better, so what? Gizelle is a piece of shit to me. So I'm sure I'll never interview her. Somebody we're gonna be like, oh, we interviewing Gizelle, and y'all gonna send her this. I'll interview her. I just don't think she'll want to interview me. Okay, I don't think she would want to do that, because I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna tell you right now, I think you're a piece of shit for that. And that's just how I feel. I feel like Gizelle will always be a favorite because she's light-skinned, light-eyed, head of the Mean Girl squad. She's not an honest person anyway. Who? Because Mia be lying too. But this is not one of those times where I feel like this is something that she has to lie about or is lying about. I appreciate that. But yeah, like I appreciated Mia telling Gizelle, fuck you. Like, I really feel like I felt that, and I needed that in that moment. So Jacqueline, Mia's friend, jumps in on her behalf, and y'all, I'm not even gonna lie, they're introducing Jacqueline to us this episode, and all I can think about is how Mia posted that lady fighting with her husband and say that she has issues with domestic violence. Child, I cannot wait. Y'all can't hear me? How about now? My battery is getting low. Maybe that's why. No sound. Yeah, y'all. Apple be on bullshit. Okay, well, I feel like the live has not jumped out on me on YouTube. So if y'all want to just hop on over to YouTube, do that. All right, go to YouTube. All right. Um, it's probably because the I had the, you know, when they tell you something on the phone, it completely fucks the audio up. You can't get away. Oh, child, don't do that. Okay, but y'all can hear me here, so we'll stay here for now. Because it is looking fine, and there's 600 of y'all in here. Okay, so where was I? Jacqueline, yes. Jacqueline is being a good friend, but I just feel like I don't know what's gonna take place, but the way Mia about to the way Mia about to put you on blast before we even met you. Girl, we haven't even met you yet. And she didn't put your business on blast and say you got issues with domestic violence. I was just like, Mia, girl, I'm only here for you in this one moment, okay? Only in this one moment am I here for you, okay? Any other moment, girl, you're going to have to be out here on your lonesome. I tell you no lie, bye, 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 okay? From there, Sharice comes in. Somebody says Sharice lost her neck in the divorce. I haven't been able to get it out of my head ever since. I haven't been able to get it out of my head ever since. And every time I look at Sharice, I'm like, you really don't seem to have a neck anywhere. But she has this very like gravitas shit on you type of energy, which I think is so funny. Like, you know, I don't have any neck, but somehow I'm sticking it in the air. It's just like, okay, Sharice girl, you know what I'm saying? Okay, Sharice girl. But anyway, she came in and she speaks to Karen. Karen keeps it cute and speaks to her, but Karen says, I did not invite Sharice to my party, but you know, obviously someone wanted to invite her to the party. I did not. Okay? And it was Robin. Robin says she invited Sharice because Sharice is, you know, the real grand dame of Potomac because everybody met through Sharice. And I was just kind of like, you're really confusing this grand dame situation. Like, honestly, we all know that it's an affectionate name. Like, we used to tell Karen to sit her ass down somewhere when she was talking that grind dime shit to us. And then we started liking her. And then she would start handling situations in a way that showed that her maturity was at play. Versus seeing, you know, Gizelle that is very close to her age but acts much younger in mindset. So yeah, Karen kind of earned the grand dame from us, in my opinion. I feel like at first it was like, ho, sit down. And then after a while, it was like, you know what, Karen? You are the grand dame. And we're going to give it to you. You can have it. And you can, girl, you can put it on a sign. You can put it on a t-shirt. You can put it on a perfume, bitch. You can put it anywhere you want to because we feel like you earned it. So when Robin is trying to make this argument that, you know, she's not the real grand dame, I was just kind of like, Robin, why do you have such a hard on for Karen? Is it just me? But I feel like Robin got a real hard on for Karen. She really loves fucking with her, and I don't understand why exactly. It's very weird to me. But anyway, like Karen has done nothing to Robin. So like the way Robin always tries to go at Karen, I'm just like, why though? Is it because she calls you out on your bullshit? Somebody has to because your friend isn't gonna do it. Anyway, y'all, I'm sorry. I'm trying to connect my tea mug, because my mug you know, it's cold and I want to drink this tea, but it's not warm. Like, what am I supposed to do with cold tea? Anyways, Katie comes in. Katie came in bald headed with her crazy energy, looking, you know, beautifully corrupted, if I'll say so myself. Okay, there's something about Katie that is like, you know, she's beautiful, but something's wrong. She's beautiful, but something's wrong. Gizelle is messy. Gizelle remembers that Ray had a crush on Katie at some point. So she brings Katie over to him, and then Katie proceeds to grab his ass. And I was just kind of like, Katie, don't. Katie, can we not? And say we did? Like, I like Katie so much, but can we not sexually assault Ray? Just so that we can upset so we can upset Karen? Can we not? Ray was enjoying himself though. Oh, she grabbed my butt. I was just kind of like, somebody pray for him here. Somebody pray for him. He gonna have a heart attack after that. Katie, I wish they would bring Katie back though, because Katie's a hoot. She's a hoot and a half. I wish they bring her back. Wendy loves the fact that Candace and Ashley are getting along. I also love the fact that Candace and Ashley are getting along. I don't know, it just does something for me. Do we think that Candace and Ashley have kitty clicked and that's why they're cool now? Comment and let me know if you feel that may be the case. Cause some things, you know, I don't know why, but just a little bit. I heard someone tell me that in New York, Ashley and Candace had a moment of some sort, and in that moment it made them decide to, like, you know, start working on their relationship again and squashing their beef. And it just kind of, you know, I wondered if it was something where, you know, it was a little sexual. I was wondering if it was sexual. I could be wrong. They're cool because Candace thinks, they're rid of Michael. Yeah, but it seems as if they were getting cool before that. Candace was originally the friend of Ashley in the first season. I am aware, but they never really liked each other. It's always been competitive. Charlie's mug is refusing to work. I think they kitty click before Michael. You think so? Ashley always kiss and tell. She do. I'm actually liking Ashley this season. Let's see how long that will last. Y'all know you can never count on it for long. Candace doesn't give me scissor sister vibes. She doesn't? Damn. That's disappointing. Anyway, Karen gives a speech about moving forward regardless of the naysayers. And the Grand Dame is back. And everybody was like, where did the Grand Dame go? Where did the Grand Dame go? I'm like, the Grand Dame was off for the season. Duh. Like, what are y'all talking about? Obviously, the Grand Dame was off, and now the season is back on. So now the Grand Dame is back. Like, I was just kind of like, why are we acting like we don't know what Karen is saying? This is obviously the first get-together of y'all season. That's why Karen says the Grand Dame is back, because the Grand Dame is now back on your television screen. Like, why everybody be acting like they stupid? Anyway, they had a good time. Everybody wanted to keep pointing out that she had a spring party at a Mexican restaurant. I'm like, what is the significance of that? Like, is a spring party supposed to be at an Italian restaurant? Like, make me understand. What type of restaurant was the spring event supposed to happen? Like, it does rain in spring. It does rain. April showers bring May flowers. It rains in spring. Like, I'm just saying. Like, it was still spring. They don't have spring in Mexico. I was just like, what is the deal? Like, but it's one of those things where I feel like Gizelle and Robin always have something negative to say about Karen, no matter what it is. Somebody said, yes, they do have spring in Mexico. I thought they did. I thought that they did. Mexico is not that far away from where I am in Louisiana, so I feel like it's probably just more so a little summery, but I'm sure they have spring. Exactly. How is Mexican food seasonal? Exactly. I was like, what? Just saying shit just to be saying shit. So Karen goes to a doctor's check-in because y'all know she got fat removed. I got fat removed from under my arms and put it here up front and center where it can be appreciated in my natural body. And I would not suggest that young women do this in their 20s. Oh no, wait until you're a little bit older. But yes, I think women should do whatever they want to do with their bodies. And so she goes home and Ray asks her about it. And Ray doesn't like the fact that she's kind of putting it on the show, I feel like, because he doesn't want their daughter to feel like she needs to go and get surgery either. And Karen was like, there's nothing wrong with feeling good about yourself. What's wrong with feeling good about yourself, Ray? Okay, he says, well, I just feel like sometimes people need justification to do the things they want to do. It's like, I don't need justification. Do not go there. And the conversation ended there. But I'm going to just tell y'all, I think Ray's right. And it's not to say that I don't get when women have, like issues. They had a baby, it's destroyed their body in some respect, and it's not something that can be fixed with working out. I totally understand that. But those of y'all that think that y'all gonna go and get these enhancements and all of these surgeries and shit, and then tell us it so you can feel good about yourself, but you really don't feel good about yourself after the fact, but you'll never admit it. Y'all making me tired. Because I feel like if I was Ray, I would feel the same way. I wouldn't want my daughter to feel like she needed to go and get her titties done. But I also feel like Karen is older, and there's nothing wrong with wanting to pick them titties up, especially when you're older. Like I feel like those types of surgeries are the surgeries you should get when you're older. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that Karen is fighting getting old. I don't think that. I think she just wants to look good next to these younger girls on camera. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think it's like, I don't feel like it's the same thing. I think Karen went through her whole adult life with her natural body. And when she got older, she wanted to pick them titties up because she didn't like that them titties was hanging next to all of these other women. And I'm not mad at her for that. I think she's gotten, yeah, she's had good results. She's going to good doctors. And I get it. You know what I'm saying? I do, but I also understand where Ray is coming from, because I feel like when women are older and they've had their lives and they've lived and they just their bodies are kind of getting older and shit is changing, and you still want to feel good about your body, but we don't live in a society where you can feel good about sagging titties. So what do you want to do? And y'all don't make us feel good about bat wings and saggy titties. So I'm gonna go get these bat wings tucked and I'm gonna get these titties plumped up because I'm on reality TV. Now, if she wasn't on reality TV, I don't think that Karen would have done that. I don't. I think that she did it because her job is a part of how she looks now. And I don't see anything wrong with what Karen did. But I also feel like a lot of y'all get surgery way too early. A lot of y'all do things to yourself before you're fully grown, and now that you're getting into your grown woman weight, you want to say nobody told you. And it's like, no, motherfucker, we told you. You just weren't listening. We told you. You just weren't listening. You told us we were hating and to shut up. You told us we was mad because we couldn't afford it. You told us we were all just haters, that you were able to go and get your BBL at 23, and now that you're like 32 and had a baby, and now you can barely you can barely fucking breathe because that surgery makes your body plump more than it would naturally. So yeah, I girl, do what you want to do. I'm not mad at you. You know what I'm saying? But I also understood where Ray was coming from. You know what I'm saying? I'm 45 and I'm fine with my natural body. Let me tell you something. I expect to be fine with my body up until I'm almost 70. Now listen, if shit is falling when I'm 70 and I want to get these titties back up at 70, I'll get these titties back up at 70. Bitch, I'm about to die anyway. Okay? That's how I'll see it. What in the world is body reconstruction? Child, Gizelle had a body reconstruction after the twin girls. Child, that sound like the old school version of a BBL. Stop being messy. That's not what I mean. Anyway, moving on from there. Yeah, she isn't overdoing it. Like, I definitely feel like there are women that have classily done their surgeries. Or even their little boops. I feel like some of y'all need to let the boop settle before y'all show yourself to people, because Married to Medicine reunion show looked like everybody got Botox the day before. Everybody got Botox the day before. And the more I look at it, the more I'm like, damn, that shit, it looked like your skin is all soft, but when you look, you be looking just swollen. Like you look swollen in the face. Like Contessa on this last episode of Married to Medicine looked like she had just got some Botox done to her face. Whatever she got done, filler, Botox, whatever the fuck it is. She looks swollen in her face. And I think from far away, it looks younger, but really it makes you look a little swollen. Yeah. I could tell Funky had just had his good Botox right before he went on Love and Marriage Huntsville too. Child, look, my sister swears by it. She said she loves her some Botox. I said, listen, it wears off. So I think there is a sweet spot for Botox that is really good for people. You got them little lines, you get rid of the little lines, you get a little swelling, but eventually it kind of like, levels out and you look good. You look good. But some of y'all be doing too much. Some of y'all be doing too much. It's addictive. Boogie, woogie, woogie. And you look like a monster, bitch. And you know it. Yeah. Not all of y'all, but just some of y'all. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Yeah, I think we've normalized getting surgery, and I feel like surgery is too much of a risk for you to normalize doing it on whims. Like y'all literally be like on a whim, I'm gonna go and get a BBL. And then for the next 20 years, you're leaking out of the top of your ass. Like, okay. Fine, Carly Reg and Shy. Back up. Back up off the Botox. Tad bit. When Gizelle gets her Botox, it's so weird because she does have like the old lady vagina neck. But then she don't have the vagina neck. Let me leave her alone. But she got, she got the old lady neck a little bit. I'm sure I'll get it at one point. Okay, it's the rings around the neck to show how old y'all, like a tree. Okay, I'm sure I'll get them eventually. But the difference between her face being so plump and soft and her neck having lines, I was just kind of like, well, this looks odd. But okay. Whatever makes you happy, girl. You like it, I love it. Candace's sister has moved into her while the family is having her sister's home built. I love the way that sounds, Candace. The family is having the sister's home built. I love it. Okay. Yeah, I posted that ad on Sky, that Sky posted, because Sky is always posting, like the BBL treatments you have to get after the surgery. Girl, I had to call my homegirl. I said, are the bruises normal? And she was like, yeah, the bruises are normal. Your body just went through trauma, but they go away. And I'm like, okay, eventually your ass will stop leaking, and eventually all of that bruising will go away and you'll have a nice plump ass. Okay. But yeah, the generational wealth of the Candace situation is what I like. Why didn't Candace get a house built? I bet you any money her sister was willing to take something significantly less audacious, maybe. Maybe the sister, works in a profession that makes her more money than Candace and we just don't know. Or maybe the sister isn't married, so that the mom and dad feel like they can buy their daughter a house because she's just an adult, living on her own, versus her being with a man. And it's like, why would I buy you a house if you married to a man? Like, the man should be buying you the house. That could be the situation as well, because Candace was married. So why would her? And then also, y'all forget that Candace's mom probably offered to pay for things, but she would need to exact control. And Candace is married to a man, and they're not going to allow for her to have that control and comfortability the way she had when they were living in her house the first time, remember? So I just kind of feel like the sister may be single, and so the circumstances of how that plays out can probably be a little different. But either way, I love the fact that her sister was there, and Candace is cooking in the kitchen, and they're talking about how Candace is superwoman. Y'all, I cannot wait till next week when Karen White come down here. I'm not your superwoman. Oh no. I'm not the kind of girl that you can let down and think that everything's okay. Boy, I am only human. This girl needs more than occasional hugs as a token of love from you to me. Oh, baby, yeah, 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 yeah. Your eggs are over easy. I'm sorry. Sorry. I can't do it. Y'all, I love that song though, child. When she said, your dinner is waiting for you, but we're just going through the motions and you're not being there. Ugh, girl. Ugh, I cannot wait. Ugh, yeah, they have R&B night down here. Throughout the month. It'd be R&B night on Wednesdays. And we finally got tickets, girl. And it's gonna be Karen White and Carl Thomas, bitch. Summer rain, sweet rain. I'm gonna be in that thing. But yes, y'all. Candace is trying to be superwoman and talking about wanting 2 kids now and talking about being pregnant by the end of the year. While she and Chris both have hectic schedules. I'ma just say this. Candace, do you really want kids? Because you seem like you ain't want kids before. Do you really want kids? Why do you want kids when you and Chris aren't in a good space? How are y'all going to take care of kids when you and Chris don't have a schedule that even allows for y'all to do this whole IVF process? Like, it just kind of feels like I would have to wonder, thank you. I would have to wonder if Candace only wants children because that's what people tell her she should want. That's the only thing. That's my only question there. But I'm happy for Candace that she has like all of these things going on with her career, her music. I'm happy for her. I think, her first album and being on tour with Faith Evans, being invited to the Grammys, like all of that shit is like amazing to me. And I feel like people come on housewife shows and they do music so they can sell a few records thinking that they was going to do something, you know, Gone with the Wind Fabulous. Can Child, they showed them performing at the Ken, you should have declined. You should have had a drag queen come out there as you to perform Gone with the Wind Fabulous, because you just went up there with that mic and forgot that you needed to talk into the mic. Girl, I was just like, embarrassing. You say I'm old. I say I'm hot. It was terrible, and I really like Kenya right now. But I was just like, Kenya, that was terrible, love. Why would you put us through that? And because of people like Kenya and Kim Zolciak and the rest of those people, you really don't take housewives doing music if they're not already in music seriously. But to see, you know, Candace take her music so seriously and to be doing so well and to have such a good, solid first project, I need to go back and listen to it again because it was good. Yeah, I'm happy for her. Everybody trying to get the Cardi experience. I want to be clear with y'all that before Cardi, there was K Michelle. Okay. But you know, K Michelle was singing before, and she got on the show for singing versus people that get on the show for something else and then blow up in music. Yeah. So I get y'all reference for the Cardi B. But honestly, I feel like it's before Cardi. You know what I'm saying? People been doing that before Cardi. Um, Cardi just worked, okay? But people been doing that shit way before Cardi came onto reality TV. People have been throwing out songs and shit, trying to capitalize off of a moment. And Candace is taking it seriously, and I appreciate that because I do not play about my R&B girl. And when she, you know, did that tour with SWV and Faye Evans, I said, girl, you have arrived. Like, if you're opening for them, you've arrived, you know? But yeah, again, you know, I think it's a little different because K Michelle and Remy already had somewhat of a, you know, music career before getting on reality TV, and reality TV just put them in front of everybody and help their, you know, help them become more well known. Well, except for with Remy, I feel like everybody already knew Remy because Remy had a huge hit before she went to jail, and then she went to jail, so that upped her profile. She didn't need you know, Love and Hip Hop. We was waiting on her. Like, I'm a hip hop head in my eyes. So for me, I was waiting on Remy. Like, when we knew Remy was getting out of jail, it was like, oh, great. Remy will come out with an album. Because Remy was a rap battler. And a lot of us at the time was really into, you know, battle rap music. You know what I'm saying? Queen of the Ring and all of that shit. So Remy coming out was like, oh, great. But K Michelle was, you know, K Michelle's a real artist though. What about Melody? She doing good? She is. She absolutely is. But I feel like Mel has so much other stuff going on as well. Music is more of something she enjoys doing, and she's doing it because she has the platform to do it. Versus Candace, that I feel like Candace always wanted to be this person. You know what I'm saying? And I think Candace is finally in a position to be able to do it. But Candace put out a full album. You know what I'm saying? Candace didn't just put out a song and then, you know, get a little heat from it. Like, it's not the same to me. And I won't say that Mel is not a real artist because Mel got a new song. So if she continues to come out with music and continues to get stronger, you know, in her artistry and her performance and vocally, then I respect it because she takes it seriously. She does keep coming out with music, y'all. Mel got 3 songs now. Okay? From what I remember, 3 or 4. So it is different, you know, than Candace, but I still feel like she still cares about what she's doing. It's not the same thing as when Kim Zolciak and Kenya and all of them make these little poppy stupid songs to capitalize off being on the show. It's not the same thing. Mel did a song to capitalize off the moment, but Mel really likes to sing. Like, Mel is in a studio. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a little different. Yeah, she just need a little bit of more coaching so she can be a little bit stronger in her vocals. Her vocals are just a little soft and she needs to strengthen them up a little bit. But I feel like that also comes with time. Versus Candace, I feel like Mel was in a choir, but Candace probably has been being vocally trained for years. Like Candace's voice gives me, I've been vocally training my voice for years. That's what that sounds like to me, like piano lessons. Like Candace sounds like that to me. Mel sound like somebody that sang in a choir, can hold a note, really likes to sing, and decided to put out music and now really wants to do it because they just like doing it. Candace feels like somebody that, you know, you take it seriously, you care about it, like, you know, the voice, the singing, the, you know, really putting the work into it. That's the difference for me. um yeah, no, you're supposed to capitalize off the moment, but y'all know what I mean. I mean, come on now, we really gonna compare male songs to Kenya or Kim Zolciak? No, y'all know that's different. But with Candace, it feels like a true, you know, a lifelong passion type thing, and Mel, it just kind of feels like a lifelong pastime that I've liked to do, and now I can really do something with it. Destiny was singing with her passion. Bitch, I'm on 10. Bitch, I'm on 10. Shout out to Destiny. Of all the girls, I only want to hear music from Juiceadora. I want to hear music from Candy too. I don't know why y'all playing in my front face like that. You know what I'm saying? But I do like Candy's writing skills and her producing skills more than anything. Not to say I don't like her voice, because I do like her voice, but I feel like Candy be heavy on her vibrato now that she's a little older. And I think, I don't know why, but that seems to happen a lot with women who have a very strong vibrato. But y'all be trying to play Candy like she wasn't one of the main vocalists, you know, of Escape. If anybody see her. Don't do me. But Drew has a beautiful voice. So I would like to hear some music from Drew. Drew has a beautiful voice. But Drew doesn't seem to be really taking her music that serious at the moment. You know what I'm saying? But people are artists. They do all types of different things. You don't always have to be doing the same thing the whole time. But my point is that I just respect where Candace is at with it, with her music. I wouldn't say Candy need to stick to writing. Stop playing with her like that, okay? But she absolutely is a great producer and writer, and you know, I will want to hear music forever from her because she's so good at making songs that are catchy. Candy's voice fit perfectly in songs she's in. Yeah, that's what I was like. Y'all gonna act like fucking Escape ain't the shit? Stop playing with her like that. Put some respect on her name. Okay? But yeah, no, Drew absolutely needs to get back to singing. She do. Your voice actually changes with age and childbirth. Yes, that's absolutely true. You know, I heard, and we're gonna get back into it, y'all. I'm sorry. But I heard like a lot of soprano divas, and I mean, you know, women who sing opera, they can't stay in that high soprano forever. Like it's an age range to that soprano voice. And eventually as you get older, the voice goes down. So they can only sing certain operas with a very high, like mezzo, not mezzo, the very high soprano voice. Like they can only sing in that portion of like a opera or orchestra. They can only sing in that portion for a while before they get older and they move down. But yeah, you lose an active. Okay, yeah, octave. Yeah, you lose an octave. Yeah. Singing first soprano. Yes, my voice has changed drastically. You can maintain your range as long as you don't smoke or drink. Um, I feel like that's not the only deciding factor. I don't think that's the only deciding factor because Mariah, I don't think Mariah really, you know, does a number on her vocals at all. And I'm saying, like, I know actual, you know, I know actual like operatic singers that say that it's not just about like, you know, drinking and smoking. Like It's just about, you know, your body changing over time. But anyway, y'all, Ashley and her mommy homegirl talk about how things are going with Michael now that they're separated. She hasn't left, so it's not much different. But she's still exclusive to him, and I thought that was stupid. Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? That she said that about her still being exclusive with Michael? Mariah smokes cigars. Oh, she does? I did not know that. I did not know that. I could not imagine her smoking cigars. Hmm. Oh, I know she used to drink. Mariah love her some champagne, girl. But she still hit her high notes sometimes too, and so does Candy. But the whole octave is not where, you know. I feel like everybody smokes and drinks a little. And the idea that people are supposed to go through their whole life without doing any of that is just ridiculous. We just gonna lose an octave. Like, it is what it is. Go talk to the young girls about that shit. Fuck, life too hard. Okay, but yeah, Ashley, because you know you didn't hear it because they threw it out there. They threw it out there, y'all. Which annoyed the shit out of me. The way they threw it out there and changed topics so quickly. When she said she's still exclusive to him out of respect. I said, Ashley, the man hasn't been exclusive to you in y'all marriage. Why are you being exclusive to him? But I feel like that's something she's saying on camera because she doesn't want to upset him. But she talks about her TikTok videos. Child, yeah, y'all know Ashley gives y'all white cheerleader vibes. Got it. Gizelle and Robin meet up. Robin has a bone to pick because Gizelle told Ashley and everybody else at the party that Juan's name is not on their house. Gizelle says that she thought maybe Ashley knew, and Robin was like, why would she know that? That's not something you just go around telling everybody. She realized she messed up when she saw everyone's reaction. Robin says, imagine if I told your business. Gizelle was like, oh no, please don't do that. I'm like, oh, I want to know what Robin is hiding for her. I want to know. I'm interested. But Robin explains that Juan's credit hasn't recovered since the foreclosure of the first house. So because of that, they just used her credit to get this new house. I think that's also slightly bullshit. I think that on some level, Robin doesn't trust Juan. And so because she doesn't trust him, she's learned the first time to keep things as separate as possible. I think their relationship has been like a great lesson in how you can maintain a household with somebody and do whatever the fuck you want to do. And I feel like that's exactly what's going on with Robin and Juan. I feel like Robin divorced Juan to get back at him for cheating, but she never really intended to leave him. She thought that that would make him change, and it didn't. She stayed. She never left. You lost y'all's money. You got on. Now you make more money, and now all of a sudden you want to be protective with the cash. I think it's because you think on some level Juan might try to get you back or something. I don't know why, but I just feel like it's something that makes me feel like Robin doesn't trust Juan, and she doesn't feel that she's really 100% safe with him. So she's not going to go into anything further with him under that false pretense. And I respect it, but I wish they were honest about the relationship the way they seem to be being honest in the relationship. Because I feel like Robin and Juan are honest with each other. They just not honest with us. Um, and I mean, look, I don't give a fuck. I don't tell everybody my business either. Okay, so I don't give a fuck, but I'm also not on a reality show. So it's just real annoying to me that we never really see any real insight into their relationship. Y'all know how on other shows, you'll just see people have like their passings in the kitchen or they'll go on a date. You'll see like interactions between the husband and the wife or the couple that will glue you into the dynamics of their relationship. We never see any of that between Robin and Juan. Only whenever they want to throw a party and have some grand, gesture to remind everybody that they still together. But it never really feels like that in the day-to-day that we see of them. They just seem to be co-parenting from what I can tell. Okay? They also talk about how Gizelle's delivery with Mia was fucked up. This annoyed me because Robin called herself calling all of the girls out about how they all, felt that Mia and that message she put out was, you know, funny style. Like, you might have been trying to get attention. But it's like, yeah, everybody felt like it might have been a little off, but nobody else felt the need to address her the way Gizelle did. So, Robin, shut up. Because that annoyed me. She said she felt something was weird. She says, we're not saying that it wasn't weird. We're saying don't accuse the lady of lying before we ask her anything. Robin, okay? Calm the fuck down. I also don't like Robin with this stiff red hair. You know, for you to be the whitest lady on this show, I need to understand why your hair is always the stiffest. It makes no sense. Robin then tells Gizelle about Ashley and what Ashley told her. Ashley said that 3 o'clock in the morning, she gets a DM from Chris saying he should come to the W Hotel. I wanted to believe that Ashley wasn't being messy, but I just don't. I feel like Ashley and Gizelle and Robin all had a conversation about how they were going to do this to Candace. I think that everybody knew ahead of time, drop a little bit here, drop a little bit there, and we're going to round it up, okay? I wanted to believe that Ashley wasn't being fucked up, but every time I saw her talking about it, it made me feel like she wanted you to believe that Chris was trying to fuck her. And for Gizelle to follow up with the reunion, I was just kind of like, yeah, no, I'm sorry. I'm not going to believe that Ashley was not being shady. I believe Ashley was being shady, absolutely. I don't think she wanted to be. I think she was doing it for Gizelle. That's what I think. I think that Gizelle might have manipulated Ashley, blackmailed Ashley, convinced Ashley. Girl, I don't fucking know. But I feel like they absolutely were working in cahoots to promote this energy that Chris was somebody they needed to worry about. Ashley, I almost feel like even though you want to be friends with Candace, you also may want to get back at her for the way she talks about your husband. Even though everything she says about your husband is true. Okay? But I feel like when I looked at the DM, I was like, Ashley, you act like he DM'd you out of nowhere, but you posted a story saying that you were down to the bar. And he responded to the story, should have came to the W. Yes, it was 2:42 in the morning, but it's fucking Instagram. Am I the only person that views Instagram like email? It's not like text messages. I don't give a fuck how late you send a DM. I'm not going to see it until I look at Instagram. I'm not going to see it until I look at Instagram. Yeah, he replied to her story. So he probably, was getting ready to get off from work, went through his story, saw Ashley and was like, Ashley, y'all should come to the W next time because I'm trying to get more young, famous people to come to the W. Like, Ashley, you so full of shit. And then Robin told you in that sitting that Chris was a GM for the W. And then you went and had the conversation with Candace. And when you had the conversation with Candace, it was like you still wanted her to think that you didn't know that Chris worked at the W. And that was the reason why he was, DMing you at 3 o'clock in the morning. Girl, a reply to a story? Go to hell. Go to hell, Ashley. I don't believe that you had clear motives or intentions with that. I just don't. I wanted to, but I just don't. Gizelle says that she also had a moment with Chris at the reunion. He asked to speak to her privately. So he pulls her into her dressing room and he's talking to her about something, but she was like, I don't feel comfortable being alone in a room with a married man. I've been cheated on and I don't want nothing, I don't want to be nowhere around being involved with cheating or anything like that. And I'm just kind of like, y'all gonna stop acting like getting cheated on was the most detrimental thing that ever happened to you and you don't never want to be. Girl, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. You know why I don't believe that? Because I know many women who have been cheated on and have turned around and been the other woman to somebody. I know many women who have done that. And I also recognize how full of shit Gizelle is. Gizelle don't give a fuck about nobody. If Gizelle wanted to try to steal somebody's man, I feel like she would absolutely attempt to do so. If she thought she could steal your man by batting her light eyes, then if she wanted to steal your man, she would. So this whole idea of, oh, I don't want to be involved in anything that has anything to do with cheating. Girl, you're full of shit. If that was the case, why did you go back to your cheating ass pastor of an ex-husband? He's the main one that did all of the cheating as far as you were concerned, and you went back with him. And then we were hearing that he had a whole nother girlfriend while he was going with you. We don't believe that y'all were really together, but either way, was that not another situation where you probably or seemingly got cheated on? Girl, anyway, Gizelle said she wasn't comfortable being in a closed room with a married man because of the cheating. Robin says she knew about this situation. Robin actually seemed annoyed that she brought it up. And you know what it makes me think? It makes me think they had this conversation beforehand and Robin said, don't do that. Gizelle, based on the conversation that Gizelle and Robin were having at that table, because Robin kind of looked like, Robin said, we had this conversation already. And I told her I didn't see anything wrong with what he did. He didn't say anything. He didn't do anything. He was trying to talk to you privately. I don't see the issue. I think that this is the moment where Robin is like, yeah, no, this is too much of a pattern. And I can't fall off this cliff with you because I really don't I think Robin likes Candace more than she wants Gizelle to know. That's what I think. Because whenever we see Candace and Robin together, it's like they really get along. Like they really cool. But whenever Robin is around Gizelle, y'all know she has to stick beside her. So I really feel like this is probably one of those moments where Robin was like, I thought we already had this conversation and I told you that was the wrong road this season and you're doing it anyway. So, okay, when everybody wants to drag your fucking ass, you're going to be by yourself. Because I'm going to be the one that said, I don't agree with that. I don't believe Chris tried to do anything. I don't see a problem with what Chris did. Robin said that multiple times, and that's because she wanted to separate herself from Gizelle in this specific situation, which is hilarious to me because she never does that. Y'all, she never does that. She never separates herself from Gizelle when they get into it with people. So I was just kind of like, wow, okay. Gizelle would have no issues with being in a room with Juan Dixon. Ooh, the way she acts sometimes, the things that she says, I do wonder sometimes, like, do you want to fuck Robin's man and you just don't because you just not sexual? Like, I feel like everybody want to talk about somebody not being sexual. I feel like Gizelle is not a sexual person. Like, she just don't really seem comfortable in her body like that. But I guess. Because Robin know that wine is next. I agree, Bondi. That scene with them at Candace's house, they looked really cool, like genuinely like each other in the way she spoke so highly of Chris. Yeah. Like, it really feels genuine with them. Oh, I had no sound. Oh, sorry, y'all. How is it now? Because I know the bars went down, but they went back up. Is it still, oh, it's still messing up? The internet seems to be fine on my end. Yeah, it seems to be fine on my end. But anyway, now I was going out again. Let me just take myself off camera for a second. Okay, so as I was saying, y'all, Gizelle ain't shit. She referred to Chris as a sneaky link, and I think Robin is removing herself from being Gizelle's sidekick in this fight, and I'm glad. Mia and G are opening a 16th location in DC for their what do they have? Chiropractor clinics. Her, G, and Jacqueline meet up together. We find out that Jacqueline and Mia went to high school together. They have had sex with men together, but not G, even though Mia describes them as a throuple. Mia found out that she has to have another MRI. Jacqueline was disgusted at the way the women were, you know, not very supportive of Mia at the whole little the spring fling party. Child, that's what I'm gonna call it, the spring fling. Okay, it's Med Spas. I wanted to say Med Spas, but I thought she said it was they did chiropractor, you know, that type of thing. But anyway, if it's cutting out, refresh and come back. Refresh and come back. Jacqueline, Jacqueline, why are you trying to make Karen out to seem like she's playing both sides of the fence? Why are you doing that? That seems so fucked up to me, y'all. It's both a med spa and a sports therapy chiropractor office. Okay, got you. I heard they got kicked out the business by his brother. Yeah, I guess we'll get more information on that later. Since y'all know Mia likes to just jump online and post shit. She told y'all not to support the businesses since she's not involved right now. Yeah, it's not cutting out for me. It's not on Bondy's end. Okay, yeah, it's probably a YouTube thing. So that just means get out and come back in, y'all. But yeah, when Jacqueline was trying to insinuate that Karen was being messy, I was like, what the fuck are you even talking about right now? Like, to me, you're trying to create like issues between Karen and Mia on the show. Like, why? Karen handled that situation perfectly fine to me. Okay? Like, perfectly fine. I think it was a little weird. I may not have handled it that way, but I'd rather have a conversation with her before I, you know, jump to conclusions. Jacqueline, I feel like, was trying to create issues. Okay? Between them. Mia is lying. If y'all remember last week when Karen and Mia were sitting at her house before her party, Karen told her that the girls had questions, y'all, so be ready. Y'all, they were sitting on white. Yeah, okay. Even if they didn't have a conversation in person, she texted you ahead of time to let you know what was going on. So I don't know what we're even talking about right now. Like, I feel like we're making an issue out of nothing with Karen right now. So now I'm looking at Jacqueline like, okay, bitch. Now I gotta have my eye on you. Candace and Ashley meet up. They were wearing the same clothes, the same colors. They're commenting on how good each other smell. I was like, y'all sure Candace and Ashley have not kitty click? Okay. Candace got invited to the Grammys. Ashley explains about the 3 a.m. DM. And Candace says, well, Chris is the manager at the W. And Ashley was like, well, I just wanted to let you know because I didn't want you to think anything of it if you saw it in his phone or something. And, you know, like in the past, you have told me, so I just wanted to tell you, you know, because at first I didn't recognize what was going on. All I'm seeing is a DM at 3 a.m. from, you know, Candace's husband. Okay. And I feel like Candace played this the way she should. I know everybody wants to feel like, oh, Candace, you didn't care when Gizelle was doing it to everybody else. I agree with that to some extent. I do. But at the same time, I feel like Candace very much heard everybody out. She didn't presume to think they were lying on her husband. She was like, okay, so what did he do? What did he say? She asked very, very simply. And for that fact, I like the way Candace handled both Ashley and Gizelle when they came at her and said that her husband did something to them. She didn't dismiss them. She didn't automatically say they were lying. She heard them out and she asked them what happened. Okay, so I like how she handled herself in this situation. She's going to give Ashley the benefit of the doubt. I don't give Ashley the benefit of the doubt. I think Candace wants to be cool with Ashley because they've been fighting for so long. But I personally feel like Ashley is going to always show more alliance to Gizelle than she will to Candace, no matter how close she and Candace get. And I can't help but wonder if it has something to do with the complexion for protection. Okay? Ashley is having her dance class. Karen couldn't come because she was sick. Robin and Gizelle get there first. And when Ashley tells them that Karen called in, they were like, well, you think she found out that Sharice was coming? Because she's always running from Sharice. And Gizelle says that Sharice has tea on Karen, which is why Karen doesn't want to come around. And I was just kind of like, Nobody wants Sharice around but y'all. Nobody really wants Sharice around. Like, we didn't ask for y'all to bring Sharice back. We didn't ask for that. Who asked for that? Y'all. We didn't ask for that. So at the end of the day, like, I almost feel like the only thing this season so far that Robin and Gizelle agree on is to try to terrorize Karen by using Sharice. Ashley points out the way Gizelle was talking to her at the party about, just being accusatory and saying she's lying about getting a divorce. And Sharice walks in, and Gizelle says it seemed like Ashley was playing with divorce, and I don't play. Why is it that Gizelle thinks that she can be rude and disrespectful to people under the guise that she thought they was playing? I thought you were playing with marriage. I thought you were playing with divorce. I thought, girl, shut the fuck up. Shut up. Shut up. What are you talking about? Divorce is so serious. You don't play about divorce. Girl, shut the fuck up with that. Because we all know that whenever somebody decides they want to get a divorce, they go back and forth a whole bunch of times before they get a divorce. And sometimes they don't get a divorce at all. But people absolutely that's why they make you get separated, because people so often rush to divorce and then get right back together. That's why you have to be separated for a year in a lot of states. You have to be separated for a year in Louisiana as well in order to get a divorce. And that means living separately for a year. So yeah, I don't know why everybody wants to believe that Ashley is lying or trying to get attention when it comes to her divorcing Michael. Is it because y'all think it's just for a storyline? Is that really what it is? Y'all think that Ashley is divorcing Michael for a storyline? Not that Ashley really does want to move on with her life? I don't know why, but I feel like Ashley's plan was always to have children and get as much money as she could out of Michael's rich white ass and to go and live her best biracial lady life off his dime and hers thereafter. I feel like that was always the situation. And another thing, them getting a house together, y'all say that doesn't make sense. Yes, it does. I'm going to explain to you why it makes sense on both sides. On Ashley's side, Ashley explained to you why she's doing it. I don't have enough money to get the type of house that I want to get. So it's easier for me if I get this nigga to pay for it before we divorce. That way, when we divorce, I'll get this house in a divorce and I won't have to pay for it. First of all, Michael is doing it because Michael wants to control Ashley. If Michael is putting you in a house, then he's going to be able to dictate who you have in his house. And she's probably going to respect those boundaries. A lot of women do that. A lot of women do that. I've heard men actually tell their women, I'ma leave, or I'll get you a house. But then the whole caveat is, you can't have no other nigga in my house. I got you this house. It's a way for the man to be able to control the situation. That's why he would do it. She would do it so she don't have to pay for it out of her divorce settlement money. Because she probably would, if she bought that house by herself after they divorced, with her settlement money, it probably would take out a big ass chunk. She don't want to do that. The house is going to be in their LLC. Exactly. But we all know that that's basically still them together. The LLC is their business together. So regardless, it still is both of them being connected to it. Putting in an LLC is simply probably something of legality and to get the best bang for your buck. I know she owns part of the LLC. Yes. Anything purchased during the marriage can be divided. That's another thing. I wonder how, but it can be divided, but at the same time, they can just decide that she'll keep that house. You see what I'm saying? I feel like that's the discussion. Get it in the LLC. You keep this house, but we both still own it. He still is going to be able to dictate whatever she's doing. And I think that's the reason why, you know, a lot of remember Karen's advice to Ashley was not to get a house with him because he's just going to control you. And you never know what he's going to do when he's upset with you. And that's what Karen was talking about. When these niggas get mad when y'all going through these divorces and all that sweet shit, all of that, we'll split it down the middle. All of that, we can just, you know, oh, we'll be amicable. All that shit go out the window as soon as they figure out that you gonna get some new dick. While the idea of new pussy was great for them, as soon as the idea that new dick for you is a part of the package, all of a sudden we got to start keeping, you know, some type of connection, you know? Uncle Lump told her to get her own lawyer as well. I think Ashley is smart. And I think Ashley is playing a long-term game. I do. But I also feel like um it's not manipulation for our benefit. It's for the courts and Michael's. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that Ashley is pretending to not want to be with him, and she really still does. Like, I don't think that's what's happening. And I think that's what they think. I think that Gizelle and them are basically saying that Ashley still wants to be with Michael, and she's just pretending that she doesn't. And I feel like, but we're forgetting about like all of this time that Ashley and Michael have been on the show, and Michael's been cheating on Ashley, and then Ashley has babies, and Michael didn't really want the babies at first, but he's a good parent to the babies, but then he still wants her to be the young, you know, hot pocket that she was before, and she doesn't want to do that anymore. And then when it comes time just to have sex with Ashley by herself, he's really not as interested, but he wants you to have a threesome. Ashley wants something different as it pertains to her romantic relationship, but that doesn't mean that she wants to pay for it financially. Okay? They live in Virginia. Yes, they do. I hope the courts don't watch the show and see how she trying to scam them. Who's she trying to scam? How is that scamming the courts? Like, I'm not mad at her for getting a house out the nigga before they divorce. Like, I don't see what the problem is. As you know, that she gets a lawyer, Michael will get spiteful. That's another thing. I think she's trying to play it safe. Ashley is at the end of her con. She still has some groundwork to lay to ensure her and the baby's future is secure. That sounds right. Maybe that's why she didn't go into detail like Bondi, so they can't. Yeah, you know that's why. That's why I said it's not for our benefit that there's confusion. It's for, you know, it's for Michael's benefit and whatever going on over there. That's what I'm saying. How is it a scam? It's not a scam, y'all. If anyone is scamming, it would be Gullum. That's how I feel. Ashley is a smart move. She's smart, but she has moments that don't reflect that. She definitely needs her own lawyer. She's not scamming the courts. Yeah, no. How you gonna scam the courts by getting your husband to go into business with you and buy a house with you, girl? She not trying to end up like Gizelle and Robin with nothing. And I oop. And I oop. Okay? Sharice understood it. Period. Okay, so they go and have the class. Mia gets there. Wendy gets there. Mia says she is ignoring Gizelle's text because Gizelle texts her to apologize for her delivery. But Mia said, bitch, book an appointment. Wendy has to remind us that she was being a super mom and a commentator before she came here to shake ass on a stripper pole. Or whatever they were doing. It wasn't stripper pole. They was just having like a little dance class, wasn't they? Terrible. Robin looks a mess. After Robin questions Candace about why she's freezing her eggs if she's trying to have a baby, and she's like, because I don't know if I'll be able to have, you know, if I want another one later on, I want to have the best viable eggs to use once I'm in that space. So 35-year-old eggs are better than 40-year-old eggs. Okay, so I can have one kid now, but if I don't have another kid for the next 4 or 5 years, then I'm going to be using 41-year-old eggs, which may not be as viable. So yeah, it makes sense for Candace to go through IVF right now. Especially because of her career, you know? Then Gizelle takes this opportunity to take Candace to the side. She tells her, in light of what happened with Ashley, she wanted to talk to her about what happened at the reunion. And Candace asked if Chris did something. Did he say something? She says it was late. I don't even remember what he said, but I just don't want to ever be in a bedroom with a married man. And I said, was her dressing room in a bedroom? I mean, sometimes they do set up dressing rooms in the hotel rooms, depending. Um, but I feel like on Potomac, they usually are not in hotels when they get their makeup done. They usually have like little rooms that they you know what I'm saying? They usually, it was a hotel room. Okay, it was in a hotel room. Okay. If it was in a hotel room, fine, I get that. But I still feel like, that was not the context. That was not the energy that Chris was giving you. But you're going to use this moment to be a clear person and act as if this man made you feel uncomfortable just because you were there with him. And then when she said, Cal said he didn't like it. Yeah, I talked to Cal about it the next day. And Cal was like, he didn't like it because he saw me leave. So I am to assume that Cal is retarded like you. Like, am I to assume that something is wrong with Cal? Like I assume something is wrong with you, Gizelle? Candace said, so this is a thing. And Candace kept looking off camera. And when motherfuckers look off camera, we about to break the fourth wall, bitch. This scene about to get broke the fuck up. Okay? She said Chris has treated y'all like sisters. He cooks for y'all. He's waited on y'all hand and foot. Been a really great guy. And you would really try to diminish and I mean, you would try to, what she said, you would try to malign my husband in this way. Is this what we're doing? Gizelle says, well, you can't diminish how I feel, Candace. And this is two different things that happen in a moment. Gizelle thinks that she's still about to be in character. And Candace is telling you, bitch, we are not in character anymore. You got me fucked up. If y'all want to do this bullshit with somebody's husband, you have Michael Darby for that. Don't play with my husband like that. Okay? Gizelle, this is the what? This is the second time I feel like you have tried to malign somebody's husband. You did the same thing when Monique and Chris were on the show and you tried to act like Chris was going to attack you at the reunion show. So that's why you had security. You were trying to make him seem like the angry big black man. You did that then. That's very dangerous. It is. It is. Chris never gave you no energy like that for you to do him like that. That's why it's fucked up. Now you're doing it with Chris, trying to make it seem like Chris was trying to grab your pussy. Cause that's the energy of it. The energy is Chris was trying to grab pussy. Candace just like, all right, you want to stay in the scene right now, Eric, sweetheart? If this what we gonna do, y'all don't want me on this show. Y'all don't want me on this show if this what we gonna do. And I like the way she handled it. It really shows a lot of growth for Candace. It does. Gizelle, y'all know what's upsetting about Gizelle and low-key why I don't even have all of the anger that I think I would have had. I'm going to tell you why. Because she's continuously done this. And not only has she done this over and over again, but nobody does anything about it. Nobody cares. They're still going to sit her next to Andy at the reunion show. They're going to glaze over it and act like she doesn't continue to do this. They're going to act like it's not happening, or they're going to act like it's not that big of a deal. And she'll continue to do it. We're going to see how bad this gets this season. But Gizelle, I'm going to just say whatever happens to you after this, that's on you. As far as Candace getting it at ass. Now, did Candace have to say that Gizelle was raising, what she said, the next generation of bitter old bitches or something like that? Like, basically, you're raising your daughters to be bitter like you. Yeah, Candace, you didn't have to bring her daughters into it. You have enough material with Gizelle all on her own. But I know you felt like if you gonna bring my husband in it, you don't have a husband. So I'm gonna bring your kids into it. Since my husband is fair game, so are your kids. That's what I think was going on in Candace's mind. And I wish Candace would not have done that. But at the same time, I feel like everybody does this to Candace all the time. Candace tells y'all, I'm not the one to play with. I'm not the one to play with. She said it on Twitter. I will pull it up, but I'm scared it's gonna fuck up my connection. But yeah, I feel like she told, she said it. Like, don't fuck with me. Don't fuck with me. She kept saying that shit. And it's like nobody wanted to listen. It was like nobody wanted to listen when Candace told y'all, don't fuck with me. Leave me alone. And now she gonna be at the bottom of the gutter, with you. She gonna be at the bottom in the gutter with you. Let me see if I can pull up the tweets, girl, before I go. Because it looked like the Wi-Fi finally came back on. But I don't want to disconnect from my hotspot, just in case. Okay, y'all ready? I'm about to read it to y'all. Candace said, it's why the most appalling part about... Hold up. Okay, yeah. It's why the most appalling parts about this episode and those that will play after is watching a feral gutter snipe attempt to upend and dismantle these pillars that women have worked so hard to establish, all in the name of what? All in the name of entertainment. So that means that she gonna continue to go for other people too. Where have we landed? How exactly are we here? You are not a victim. What you are is a calculated slab of misery, creating the next generation of snipes through the fine example your children have to mirror. We are all in danger. I'm just going to say that if you're going to talk about somebody's mama, if you're going to talk about somebody's kids, then I feel like that's how you should do it. I love the way Candace reads. I feel like Candace reads naturally the way Phaedra sits and thinks about and writes it down later. Eddie's next. Okay. I thought we already tried to say that Eddie was a cheater. We gonna do that again this season? We tried that last season. Yeah, it was the calculated slab of misery for me too. Yeah, it's more like all children to me. Creating the next generation of snipes through the fine example your children have to mirror. Yeah, no, I feel like she absolutely just said that, your kids don't have a chance in hell with you as a mother. That's what she said. I wish I could be more upset about it. G is next. Okay. I think Gizelle is one of those people that can take a good beating. That's what I think it is. She can just take a good beating. Wendy did read her for her rights last season. Like, we continue to drag her. She's our least liked. Yet, here we are, another season, doing the same shit over and over again. Because they never hold her accountable at the reunion shows. And the one time that we tried to hold her accountable at a reunion show, y'all edited the fuck out of it and protected her. But yeah, she did it to Monique. This is what she did to Monique. This is why Monique was so upset. But remember, we always go back to why Monique was more mad at Candace than Gizelle. And then why Candace stayed friends with Gizelle, knowing that this is the type of shit that she'll do to somebody. And now she's doing it to you. Yeah, y'all should probably learn to take people for who they are and stop trying to make them out to seem better than they are. Yeah, G is easy. He's an easy target. But I feel like, girl, if you wasn't gonna go after G last year, please leave that man alone. Okay? Candace is going to read her down. I'm scared. Child, Candace already read her down. Candace already read her down. I'm sure that there were more. But that's all I got for y'all. This has been a trying a trying recording, love. So I'm definitely I'm gonna leave this portion up, and I am going to put the entirety of this live up on YouTube for y'all. It won't have the picture and all of that on it, but you know, it is what it is. I love y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed the review today with all of the technical difficulties. At least I got it out at the end, damn it. We've been on here for 2 hours. Okay, yep, Monique and Candace allow Gizelle to manipulate them. Yes. I love y'all. Happy birthday, Lisa, again. Well, then somebody go get Jamal because he's clearly her kryptonite. Child, I don't even know if she had kryptonite because she ain't care when we said he was a lying, cheating ass little nigga. So yeah, I love y'all. And I'm gonna talk to y'all later, okay? See y'all in a few.